Hi guys, it's Tuesday the 27th of August 2019. I'm going to give you a technical analysis breakdown of some UK and US stocks. Let's get straight into it. Hi guys, I'm Enny, aka the Noctrader, your friendly neighborhood swing trader, back again with another video. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that alert button to get alerts on all my latest videos. I've got Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Noctrader on all social media platforms. And if you check the description section below, you'll see a link to my mailing list. If you join my mailing list, you get priority access to my free training course that I'm creating for beginner traders. It's going to come out when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to launch my website, and I'm also going to launch my training course for free. And I've also got a chat room on Discord called Pip Talks. Join our community chat room where we talk about everything and anything to do with trading and investing. The link to the chat room is in the description section below as well. So let's get straight into some technical analysis. Sorry, I took a bit of a hiatus because I was enjoying my bank holiday weekend a bit too much. But yeah, we're back. So before I get into some of my UK stocks, I want to look at Chesapeake Energy. It was called out by one of the subscribers, and I thought, let me just go through this first, seeing as it was a viewer request. Remember that if you want to request a stock for me to analyze, just leave it in the comment section of the previous technical analysis report video. So in this case, leave a comment in this video, and I'll analyze your stock in the next one. So straight away, it looks like a descending. It's descending because the 180 simple moving average is above price, but there doesn't seem to be any real strong pattern from what I can see. I can draw some lines here, see what's going on. This could potentially be a pattern. There's no, yeah, it looks like a selling off anyway. That's for sure. But yeah, so it could be potentially a descending wedge. I can see price possibly breaking out down to the downside of but yeah, there's no real strong pattern that I can see personally straight away. The closest thing I can see is this descending wedge, and that would be a play to either a short if it breaks out of the downside, or it could potentially bounce back up to hit this resistance line. I haven't really got a strong opinion on it here or there, to be honest. This isn't something I would personally trade. So the way I'd look at it is that if you wanted to trade this, you'd probably set an alert here on the support line, and if it breaks through it, then you could potentially short it. If it bounces off of it, then maybe you can go long, set your stop loss just below here, and then ride it all the way to the resistance line. That's probably the way I would approach it if I was to trade it, but I personally wouldn't trade this because I think there's better opportunities out there. Now let's get into some UK stocks. First one I'm going to go to is ASOS. Actually, before I go into ASOS, what is going on in the market? This is why I've been away for a couple of days, to be honest, as well as me just enjoying my bank holiday. The markets are so choppy, it's ridiculous. Look at this. How are you supposed to trade this? This is the DAX, and it's sold off, it climbed, sold off, climbed. So many false breakouts. You could easily afford that. So when this sell-off happened, I thought it was actually going to go down even further. Yeah, the fundamentals are really taking hold of the market right now because of this trade war with China and Trump's. That's why I've kind of avoided a lot of stocks, because a lot of patterns are being broken because of the fundamentals are taking over, and really technical really has no place once fundamentals take over. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think once September hits and all of the institutional traders probably come back for their holiday and start really putting money back into the equities, hopefully, then we'll see some more patterns that are predictable. I hope anyway. That's my hope. But as it is right now, it's not really a market I want to be trading in because it's too temperamental. It's a bit too crazy for me. So I look at some stocks that I think potentially will hold true to their pattern. First one I look at right now is ASOS. Now this is probably the best of a bad bunch. In all honesty, I don't think I'll trade any of these. But the best one right now I can see in the UK stocks is probably something like ASOS, because it's hit previous support. Same support it hit in December 18, it's hit again. And potentially, this is a potential breakout, hopefully. This will really go against what's going on in the rest of the market right now, but I can see a potential breakout. MACD and RSI have both plateaued. This is why it's not really favorable, because the MACD is not really telling me anything. There's kind of no real momentum going one way or another, but I can still see it coming up. I don't know why, but because it's a previous support, I would be more inclined to take a risk and just buy here and set a stop loss just below, because it wouldn't be that much that you'd be putting at risk for a potential gain. You could put 200 pips at risk, you could potentially make, I don't know, 800, so that's 4 to 1, something like that. But because of this MACD being really flat, this is not what I like to see when I enter trade. I want to see some sort of aggressive, something like this, where the MACD line is crossing over the signal line and it's a very steep gradient. I'm not really seeing that here, so this is something that I see there could be potential for it to climb, but based off the MACD and RSI, it's just a wait and see right now for me. Next one is SLA. SLA is one that we previously kind of traded before. The 188 simple moving average is above price now, which is kind of disconcerting because you never know whether it will act as a resistance to price. But the MACD and RSI both showing bullish signs, so hopefully the SLA can kind of climb and regain some of what it lost over the this 18-day period where it lost almost 20% of its value. Maybe it's trying to recoup some of that losses and gain it back. MACD, RSI all showing bullish signs, so this has the potential for a bullish move, but we just want to see if this 188 simple moving average doesn't act as a support. So that will be something to look out for. On the 4-hour chart, what we also want to see is that to really show that it's a true sign of a bullish signal, you want to see it's made a big move to the upside. Now what you want to see it do is come back down and consolidate above the 15-day exponential moving average. If it sits on top of it like it's a support line and then starts making higher highs, then we can confidently say maybe it's a bullish run that's going on. So this is one to keep an eye out for. Want it to converge back on the 15-day exponential moving average and then climb some more, and then that could potentially be a buy. And next one is BDEV. Now on the, as you can see here, it's an ascending channel pattern. This has really been making this stock has been moving real counter to the general market and just doing its own thing, which is what I like to see. It's climbed and then it kind of retraced, and now it looks like it's ready to do another bullish run. The MACD is exactly what I like to see out of a MACD. It's curving upwards on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, this is what I like to see on the MACD. It's in negative territory and it's creeping up, and it looks like it's going to make a kind of aggressive turn up. RSI doing the same thing. I can see it climbing to about 700, and yeah, this looks like a nice little bullish run. And obviously the stop loss you'd want to set would be around here. So you'd want to, if you were to take their position, it would have been nice to enter a little bit lower, but you'd be risking like 33 pips to make another 70 or so. So that would be like a 2 to 1 risk to reward, which is not too bad, which is pretty decent. The 188 simple moving average is below price and climbing, which is also a sign of a bullish move. So everything's pointing to a bullish move. Yeah, on the weekly chart, it's not really giving us much information. And what I like to see on the 4-hour chart, it's gone up, come back down, consolidated above the 15-day exponential moving average and made another high. This is what I was talking about in the last stock. You want to see it break out, retrace back down, sit on top of the 15-day exponential moving average, then climb again. That kind of gives you a little bit more confidence that this is a price increase. The price is going up. So yeah, this would be a buy from me personally. I think this would be a good position to buy. If you're wrong, you're risking 33 pips or so. If you're right, potentially go up to about 700, which is about 70 pips. So yeah, buy from BDEV. And when it comes to the American stocks, it's a bullish, it's a bearish move. This one was called out to me actually by subscriber Wayne. So Wayne, if you're watching this, you know we spoke about this stock earlier, and I said it looked like it could potentially be a sell-off, and I'm sticking to that. It was a descending channel pattern, and just peaking and troughing, hitting the support and resistance, came to the support line, climbed. The 15-day exponential moving average almost acted as resistance. Price couldn't really break out of it, so it sold off some more, and then it broke the support line. MACD and RSI both look like they're selling off, so I believe this will be a good position to take a short position, in my opinion. I think what price is going to do is going to sell off some more, retrace back to the old support as a new resistance, then continue selling off. And 180 simple moving average curving down, so you know price is selling off. On the weekly chart, kind of corroborates what I think. Yeah, it's been ebbing and flowing. Now I think the big sell-off is coming. The only thing is that I don't know where it could reach to. It's kind of entering no man's land right now, so you don't know how low it can go, because the previous lowest point was in about June 2016, and it looks like it's making its way towards breaking that. Maybe I could put a little line here just to kind of represent that line. Once it breaks that, then it could be able to free fall it. Yeah, I've only got 3 stocks today to really look at. Let's look at some more. Let me look at Hertz. Hertz looks like it's going to sell off as well. Hertz I was following for a bit because this line was pointed out to me, this little line here. I plotted that I think in the last video, and there was potentially, well, to be honest, I need to extend this line. There's a lot going on in Hertz. You can see I've plotted a lot of lines in it in my time. But as I said, I've got a bearish how do I put it? A bearish bias because of the way the market is right now, and we're creeping into this recession. So this line here is kind of been important because it hit here and it acted as a resistance here and a support here, and I thought potentially it could be a support here, but it's climbed up a little bit and then been rejected back to the support line. So what this tells me is that potentially it's going to break out of this and then sell off some more, because what we're looking for is when it hits this line, you want it to break out to the upside. The 15 exponential moving average acting as a resistance. I keep reiterating this because this kind of helps me to decide how the trade's going. You don't want to really just buy at the support, even though you can get a nice risk to reward because you set a tight stop loss. You can really see where the market's going, or where the price movement of the stock is going, by waiting a little bit and seeing if price breaks out of the 15-day exponential moving average and then consolidates against it. Here it looked like it was going to, but it didn't. It got rejected. So I'm quite confident in thinking that this could potentially be a short position, because it's kind of selling off, and it's been brickish, sitting on this support line for quite some time. I might be wrong, but we can see that it hasn't done that on this line before, so I could potentially see it breaking out below the support line for a sell-off. Before I go, check out my review video that I did for City Index trading platform. I've got another one coming for CMC markets and interactive traders, so just keep an eye out for my reviews playlist on my channel, and I'll be doing more reviews of different trading platforms. If you want to trade, if you have a trading platform that you want me to cover, I'm trying to cover the major ones first and then go down to the more obscure ones later. But yeah, let me know in the Discord group or in the comment sections what trading platforms you would like me to review. It's Any, aka the Noctrader, signing out.